This is going to be a great video. We're going to smash some shit, okay? We're going to smash some ideas. We're going to start to go head on with the ideas of an infinite amount of versions of yourself, an infinite amount of versions of anything, an infinite amount of universes, an infinite amount of parallel universes, parallel worlds, okay? Places where the most smallest, everything is identical except for the most smallest thing. One little particle could be different. So there's an infinite amount of you, there's an infinite amount of worlds, an infinite amount of versions of everything. There is a world for every choice you made, and for every choice you could have made, and for every choice you didn't make, etc. Right? You see what I'm getting at? All right. We should have some logic, and we should have some better logic and reasoning by now. Okay? Let's tackle that shit. Okay? Read between the lines. If there is an infinite amount of versions of yourself, right? Where did yourself come from? Okay, we're getting a correct or more accurate perspective about this whole infinite possibility nonsense. About this whole, okay, this whole basically convincing us that we're just fucking shit, that we're just, you know, a speck in a scale of things that is so insane that we couldn't possibly have any purpose, any meaning, we couldn't possibly have any value. You're so nothing. You're just one out of an infinite amount, okay? Who the hell are you? Okay? You're just a copy of yourself. Somewhere else, you know what I mean? You're living so many other versions. You're everything. You're a killer, a murderer, a rapist, you're a piece of shit. Okay? I'm sorry. You are. You don't believe in nothing. You're garbage. You step all over people. Okay? You shitted on everyone you love. And on top of that, you killed them. Right? There's all those versions of yourself. It's crap. It's crap. It's fantastical, high sci-fi. And, okay, although I would love to go into more detail about that, it's actually an inaccurate interpretation of our mathematics, okay? It's an inaccurate interpretation of our understanding of particle behavior, okay? And the behavior of matter. It's inaccurate interpretations of it. We're not going to worry about that because I got your back. We're in this together, right? We're not going to let that shit get us. We're going to read between the lines, okay? All of that battling is right here, okay? We're going to be right here beyond it. We're going to look at how any of that is possible in the first place so that we can have an accurate understanding, so that we can actually have footed ground. So where we can be planted, so that we're not actually spinning in a hopeless infinity of no understanding. Okay, there are an infinite amount of versions of yourself, right? How can there be an infinite amount of versions of yourself if there wasn't at least some kind of start of yourself, some kind of origin, some kind of original? Okay? Let's elaborate. There's a multiple amount of versions of you. Can I have a multiple amount of nothing? Can I have a multiple amount of zero? It's just an idea, a concept, right? Helps us to understand certain things. But in actuality, can I have 10 of nothing? Think about it, right? And it's not, I'm not making this up. These ideas have been, contemplated and philosophized. Quite interesting. Can I have a lot of nothing? He has a little bit of nothing. What do you mean a little bit of nothing? Okay? It's not quite, you see, he owes a little bit, but that's still a value. Well, then how much does he owe? He owes a little bit. No. He has a little bit of nothing. He has a lot of nothing. Garbage. Semantics, maybe. Meant to, you know what I mean? Pull the rug from under you. It can pull. Anyway, okay. So we have a multiple amount of you. Let's call you A. There's a multiple amount of A. In order to have a multiple amount of A, what do I need first? A. I need A. First, I need A in order to have A again. I can't, if there is no A, then there is no A again. The word again implies that there was a first, a before, an A, again, and again, and again. Okay? And then we're going to get into crippling, okay, fantastical, and we say, well, all at once. Well then, there is no first A, it's just blip, all at once. Garbage. Garbage, actually, that is very inaccurate to the behavior of nature. That is it's a very inaccurate understanding of what we observe. We observe very specific, identifiable cause and effect natures. Okay? So that's garbage. Garbage all at once. Okay? Not all at once. And even if it was all at once, I could still create a chain relationship to that where there's still some kind of cause and effect to that. Because all at once, happening all at once, but what's allowing all at once to happen? Where does all at once happen? Where? What backdrop? What environment? Oh, well, it's in this universe. Well, what's supporting this universe? Well, the multi-universe, right? Well, what's supporting the multi-universe? Where does the multi-universe sit? What probability set is that in? Okay? What potential state does that exist in so that you have a multiverse? Let's not go there.